still going from where he stopped now, coming back to you now. I don't know what. Do you agree with that? Because I know 2019, it's far, but it's not too far. I mean, we have literally a month. Let me say, the elections are February the 16th, I believe. Yeah, is a month enough to skew, things enough? Like you said, do you see a lot more people turning out this time, regardless of class? Because apathy is always a problem with young people, with, like you said, the elites, because it's like a public holiday. Well, let's just chill today, and this doesn't concern me anyways. Do you think there's going to be a difference? I actually feel like the elites are actually interested in the elections. I feel like they do vote. They just don't have the numbers to swing votes. Now let's do a bit of statistics. Yeah, what's the population of the poorest people who are living below the poverty line? People can be influenced with 1,000 naira, 500 naira. About 89 million Nigerians are living below the poverty line. So when you do the maths, when you do the calculation, you find out that these numbers are so huge that they can be influenced with small money. Who has the most money? Of course, the incumbents. Atiku may be rich. He might have very rich supporters, but you can't. So are you saying money is going to determine who wins? Yeah, money is going to be an influence. It might not determine, in the end, it might not determine the whole thing, but it's going to be a big influence in this election. It's going to be a very, very, very big influence. Can it swing in 1 month? Yeah, anything is possible. Many things are possible. I feel like it depends on how much the PDP, how much Alhaji Atiku Abubakar wants it. How much he wants it, how much effort they put into ensuring that they actually go the full length to make sure that it, at the very least, swings in their favor to some extent. Isn't it interesting that we're talking about the PDP like the underdog? Because to be honest, they've won elections for, I think, 4 or 5 cycles before they lost the presidency in 2015. Why does it now all of a sudden seem like, I don't know, are we now victimizing them when they actually have done this for years? Why are they suddenly, I don't know, if you're getting my point?
I simply believe that it is because of the performance of the incumbent administration that events have unfolded this way. Honestly speaking, with the kind of President Buhari that people were clamoring for. Exactly, clamoring for in 2015, honestly speaking, this should have been a done deal. The 8 years should have been sealed, signed, and delivered. But, I mean, the whole story is like this because people have not seen the dividends of democracy.
But Mr. President has argued a lot that, a lot of these things he didn't know until he got in there. Like he did say recently that he wasn't the one who was slow, that the system was the reason why things were not moving as
I don't agree with Mr. President, unfortunately. If you tried to be president 3 times before you got it, I strongly believe that, yes, you would have counted the cost, and then, of course, you have all this information to put together. I mean, you campaigned on 3 very important points. 1, corruption. So you were fully aware that, yes, there was corruption in the land and it was ravaging the country so bad. That's one admission. Number 2, you talked about security. And so it was known to everybody that Boko Haram was massively on rampage and then they were killing people at will and all that. And then you said you were going to do something about that. Then you talked about economy. So, but unfortunately, you came into office the first 6 months, no Minister of Finance. And, I mean, we're talking about an economy that is, of course, shaking, dilly-dallying and all that. And the president is not an economist. Let's not deceive ourselves. Yes, he's a president, he's a fantastic man, he has integrity, people love him, he has that followership, massive followership in the north and in some other places. That's all right. But on the strength of those 3 items that I've talked about, I have not seen the president deliver. And if you have not delivered, you should not tell me that it is your coach that is responsible or somebody. You simply leave the office. Simple.
We'll take a quick break now. When we'll come back, we'll round up this conversation and see the chances of the other guys and girls or ladies. I want to talk about the third force now, which seems to be a name for, I don't know, about 76 other candidates, if I believe. I know there's about 70 people running for president, though. Would the story be different if there was one other candidate instead of 70 others who maybe had sort of a following, at least? Like, we know a lot of the other candidates have some sort of following. We have Dr. Obi, we have, Kingsley Moghalu, Yele Sowore. These are people who have made enough noise, maybe not as long as you wanted them to have, but they've made enough noise. Would the story be different if there was one third force as against the mass of people we have?
Will it be different? Yes, but how different?
Yeah. Would it make a difference?
Would it make a... I don't think it will. I don't think it will because he said something very important. For for a party to win, you have to have strong representation.
They took the APC 2 years to set up,
Yeah,
much.
but then they were a merger of different parties.
So 70 other parties couldn't have merged?
Merger of different parties that have been existing and trying in different regions. There's the AC that completely had the West. There was the ZCPC that had many states in the North. So they came together and, you know, with the whole change mantra and everything, they basically won a lot of, and they did it for 2 years. So yeah, they had a lot of time to plan. Now, could they have done something different? Yeah, if the third force had rallied behind somebody like, and I'm very biased here, I apologize, I'm very biased. They rally behind somebody like Obi Ezekwesili, maybe on a ticket with Kingsley Moghalu, or somebody else from another who's somebody like Nuhu Ribadu. Imagine those two people. Yeah, they could have made a dent. They could have made a dent, but I don't think complete impact. Like I said, 86.9 million Nigerians are living below the poverty. These are people who they will listen to your rhetoric, but at the end of the day, they will vote the person who will line their pockets with a little bit of something. So it would have made some difference, but not enough difference to, you know, swing the elections towards them.
What do you think is going to happen on the 17th of February or the 18th? I don't know that we've had a governorship runoff in the past. We did have it in Osun State for the first time. People are predicting that the elections are going to be very close next year. I mean, we have all of this. You have to win 25% in 2/3 of the states. All of those mathematics are going to be drawn. Do you think we're going to have one straight election and peaceful?
Yes. And honestly speaking, I say that with all sense of responsibility because the president has a lot of professional politicians on his side. Simple. And so I don't... Yes, professional politicians. People who are masters of the game. And they have the master stroke. And so they already know what exactly they want to do. The election is as good as done.
So you're saying it's not going to be fair?
Well, I wouldn't know, but I know he has a lot of professional politicians.
No, but if you say they know what they're going to do, isn't the vote in our hands? So are you saying we shouldn't bother going out to vote?
I told you earlier, and you see, I will come back to these same studios with you, and then we'll analyze the elections and then the results of the elections after, in February, later in February. And see, write it down. I'm so sure about it. The elites will not vote. They're not going to vote. And the people out there, they already have people who are dictating the tunes. And then you see, it will just go very easy for the president to win this time around. And then the PDP, for me, the PDP is not doing so much. They are not showing so much strength. You know, yes, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, very, very popular candidate as well. He also has fanatical followership in the north. And then, you know, he has a lot of allies in the south and what have you. But I'm not seeing so much activities from the PDP. And they are not actually challenging the APC the way one would have expected them to do. And then they are really allowing the APC to knock them down on the basis of, you know, these corruption charges and a lot of other things. And do not forget, a lot of stalwarts in the PDP are already in the courts.
Well, like you said, maybe they are waiting for, you know, the final sprint in general. Are you going to vote?
Oh, definitely.
Are you going to vote?
Yes, I am.
But you guys are the elites. So what are you talking about? That's
why I said the elites do vote.
You don't know you're an elite.
Their numbers are not just enough. They're not just enough to swing the elections totally.
I look forward to the elections, I know that we'll be here together.
If, for example, you go to Banana Island, Lekki, during you see people. You see a whole lot. These are people who, when they vote, they enter their jeeps and go to their houses and all that. So they actually do. Are they enough? Are they enough to swing? Do they have the numbers?
But on a scale of 1 to 10, can you give me the percentage of elites that you think are going to vote
in 2019?
Yes.
I can't say, but if you ask me, off the top of my head, 60%. That's a fair number.
It's not going to be up to that because people are pretty scared. The country is not secure. And then you are not sure of what is going to happen in January, and a lot of people are even going to travel.
The elites vote in January safe places. Don't forget that.
Well, thank you guys for being here today. We're going to, of course, like you said, have you much more in the new year because then politics will be hot in the news. We'll be looking forward to all the elections and hopefully they go well.